Richard Meredith, it's a handwritten sign on a normal sheet of paper, but it's got a commanding message. It says, pull up pants before entering, no loud music, no sagging, or no service. And the store says it's gotten a lot of support. And also says no loud music. They say it doesn't matter if it's in your car or on your phone. They don't want to hear it. And it's, again, all about respect and also being able to hear the person there cashing out. But they say workers in there will give you the utmost customer service and the utmost respect, and they just expect the same. Live in Augusta, Christie Ethridge, News 12. It's completely dark back there, and there are 0 cars in this parking lot right now, but I want to show you a little bit of a different scene. Bear with me while I move this camera for just a second. Just across the street, you'll recognize this store. That's Target right over there. Now, take a look. There are still cars over in that parking lot. Shoppers still walking to their cars. They are just shutting down, closing at 11. And unlike many stores like Target and others in this shopping area, Hobby Lobby stayed closed for Thanksgiving. Take a look. David Perdue has been projected to win this Senate seat over Michelle Nunn. You can hear it right now. A cheer is breaking out. The excitement is filling this room. We have yet to see David Perdue yet. He has been watching these results in his personal hotel room with his family. But these people, you can tell they're excited, and you know he's got to be excited too. And I hit at least 5 stores today, Laura. Luckily, the crowds were not nearly as bad this morning as they are now. Now everybody's got a cart, and we're all fighting for space in the aisle. And you know, at 6:15 on Thanksgiving Eve, last-minute shopping is in full swing. Now, luckily, if you do forget something, Kroger will be open all day Thanksgiving Day, so you can come here and pick up anything that you may need or that you may have forgotten. And here's a little shopping tip. If you come across the river and shop on the South Carolina side, you don't have to pay any sales tax. Just one of the tips of being a border state. In North Augusta, Christie Ethridge on your side.
Christie Ethridge had the only camera inside the courtroom.
It's a big day in this case. A settlement has officially been reached in this property damage lawsuit after a long back and forth in court today. A lot of this happening behind closed doors. The judge came out after about an hour and a half and said this case has been resolved. But I want to bring in one of the victims' attorneys right here. This is Harry Revel. He's been representing the victims in this case. Harry, tell me how you're feeling.
Well, we feel very good. We're very happy for our clients. We were facing a trial next week that nobody wanted to go forward with. They're elderly people who deserve their day in court, deserve to be compensated for their loss. They're all very happy, very relieved as we are.
Yeah, and that trial was supposed to start on Monday. It was blocked out for 2 weeks. That would have been a long and arduous trial.
It would have been a very difficult trial for our clients, as well as a complicated case to try. With Judge Brown's help today, all issues were resolved in this case.
Now, I know you can't get into the number and how much was reached in this settlement, but how are you feeling about, do you feel like your clients got enough?
Well, who's to say enough is enough, but we do feel like our clients got a fair settlement, got an appropriate settlement that was not worth putting at risk for a trial. So to that extent, they are happy, I think. They will be completely satisfied with the outcome. And we believe they got what they deserve to get out of this case.
And just in time, right before the trial was supposed to happen.
That's right, that's
right. But
right.
This isn't the end. There are several other lawsuits as well happening.
More cases. We hope this will be the start of further continued negotiations to resolve the rest of the cases, and so that this whole saga can be brought to an end.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Harry.
Okay.
Now, again, a really big day, a settlement in this property damage lawsuit, but this is not the only lawsuit pending right now against Marshall Square, so we'll continue to update you as those follow through the court system. Back to you, Laura. The defense didn't say much. In fact, once they brought Murray in, the hearing only lasted about 5 minutes. Then he was back out the door, down these steps, and they loaded him into a van right here at the curb of this street to take him back to a jail in Atlanta, where he's staying. Now, in the past court hearings, we've seen a very carefree demeanor with almost a crazed look in his eyes. But as he walked in today, you could tell his appearance and even his attitude was different. He had longer, darker hair, his beard was grown out, and there was no trace of a smile on his face. Now, considering this is a hearing about a possible death sentence, it seems reality may finally be setting in. He didn't say much in court today, although he did thank the judge and offer condolences to the family again. But I noticed Murray saying something to the sheriff as they let him out, so we asked the sheriff about it after court. Today he seemed a little bit more tempered, but it looked like he said something to you as he was walking out. What did he say to you?
Will you talk to me?
What did you say back?
No.
What do you think he wants to say?
I'm sure you would like to ask me if you could come back to Burke County.
Now, I asked him why he would want to come back to Burke County, and Sheriff Coursey said, well, because it's easier here. It's a smaller jail and just all around easier. You'll remember Murray bounced around from jail to jail 3 different times here locally, once after trying to commit suicide, a second time after damaging property and flooding his cell. So he's had some trouble in the jail. So he's now been held in the Clayton County Jail right outside of Atlanta, where the sheriff says they're equipped to handle that kind of behavior. But Richard and Laura, it seems like reality is finally setting in. For one night, they're turning this museum into a pub. They've got the high tables for the beer tastings, games like cornhole and Jenga. They've even got a place where you can take an 1800s selfie. So they're hoping you'll stop by and come take a taste of something right from Augusta's past. So guys, they only brewed about 2 kegs of this persimmon beer. So if you want to get a sample and taste it, then you have to buy tickets and come down here to try it. Or you can also buy a bomber. They have these bottles with these great labels too, where you can buy one of those. But because they did it the 1800 way and followed the recipe, all of the bottled beer still needs some time to ferment. You can actually see the yeast in the bottom. So it has a little reminder on the label. You actually can't open the bottled beer until November 21st. So maybe just in time for Thanksgiving, guys.
Christy, I know you're on the clock, but that guy just snuck a sample right there behind you.
I'm a lucky girl today, aren't I? Yeah.
You have
No,
any idea how
I
it
actually got a
tastes?
sample just a little. I do. I got a sample just a little bit ago. It's very light. It's very fruity. A persimmon is a citrusy fruit. It's really good. You know, they didn't think this would be a bestseller, but if you like golden wheat beer, then you're probably going to like this one. So I say come on down. Now, here's the thing that's funny. They didn't realize how hard it would be to find a persimmon that's ripe this time of year.
Right, yeah.
So Riverwatch Brewery says they have about 50 pounds of persimmons that are just not quite ripe yet. So we may see this beer again maybe next summer.
Fair enough. Great night at the museum.
Guys, traffic has been steadily increasing all day long. Actually, this road right behind me, this is Highway 25. And now, for once, of course, during this shot, there's nobody driving through, but all of the cars that are coming from the left, those are the people coming in from the coast, Richard. And
Yeah.
that's been increasing all day long.
Christy, that bypass has got to be a busy place. So some of these evacuees are driving right past your location. At this point, are the shelters open where you are?
No, there are no shelters open in Burke County. The high school could act as one, but they've not been called on to open as a shelter. They've actually not even opened up or activated their emergency operations center. So right now, all of these people that are passing by on Highway 25, they're just passing through. Take a look at this board over here. It says, "My wish for Augusta is," and people have been coming up to it all day long and putting their answers on sticky notes and sticking it to this board. So there are some funny answers, like this one right here says, "Stop smelling so bad." But then there's some really insightful answers as well. Like over here, there's one that says, improve higher education. There's, let me read a few for you. Make more critical thinkers, public transportation, be a destination city, embrace change.
Christie Ethridge joins us live outside the courtroom where just half an hour ago, the jury found Glenn Riggs guilty on all counts. Christie.
That's right, Laura, and it took the jury only 26 minutes to deliberate, even after Riggs took the stand in his own defense today. Now, they found him just in the last hour guilty on all 3 counts: malice murder, felony murder, and armed robbery. Now, the defense was trying for voluntary manslaughter instead of murder, but the state won in this case. And just minutes ago, the judge sentenced him to life without parole plus 20 years, so he will likely never get out. Laura, Richard. Richard, Meredith, I know it looks calm and actually rather empty out here, but don't be fooled. If you look up there, do you see that sign up there in the window? That is the David Perdue campaign headquarters, and that room is buzzing with people. Behind that sign, everyone is on the phone, talking with voters, encouraging them, no matter what party they are, to go out and vote. And David Perdue was no stranger around those headquarters today. This morning, he took the time to shake each and every single hand and then got on the phone to call people himself. He says talking with people and hearing their stories is what keeps him driving towards the finish line. A lot of local leaders are breathing a sigh of relief tonight, knowing that 18 Richmond County schools will stay under local control. And in fact, I'm here with one of those local leaders right now. This is Miss Helen Minshew. She is the president of the Richmond County Board of Education. Now, Miss Minshew, right now, we've been hearing these voices against OSD for weeks now, but tonight you guys got your wish. You got more time for your schools. How are you feeling about the outcome of this?
Wonderful, wonderful. And really, I'm not surprised because I had just been hearing and reading that it seemed as if the majority of voters were going to vote no. So I'm just glad that this is what has happened, and we can carry out our plans that we started this year and hopefully get all of our schools able to be off that list.
Now, it should also be noted that you just won a re-election tonight. Congratulations. Now the question is, if not OSD, then what are our local leaders going to do to fix our failing schools?
Well, as I said before, we have a strategic waiver plan which the state required every school district in Georgia, and ours is to ask for waivers from the state board rules and regulations and develop individual school improvement plans, and this is what we've done.
Okay, so we'll continue to work on that. Thank you. Thank you so much, and congratulations again tonight, Ms. Minshew. We'll send it back to you guys. Now, I want to show you something. Where I'm standing right now has been snow all day long, but take a look at this. This is already turned to ice. I am slipping and sliding on this. This right here is the sound of the home stretch. Miss Shirley, there has been no rest for Miss Shirley. She has been out here all day getting the attention of voters, hoping that they take the advice on her bright red t-shirt. But these signs, they really do mean don't come through, especially tomorrow. They'll be paving all day, but don't worry, they will have the Greenway back open by 5 p.m. tomorrow, just in time for the holiday weekend. Yeah, Laura, they think he came here, and this is where all of the activity happened because this is a familiar area to him. He used to live in a trailer at the very end of this street back here, and his cousin thinks he was coming home. Now, his most recent charges are in connection to that missing priest, Father Rene Robert, and that's what is still the biggest question. Where is the priest? And unfortunately, deputies still just do not know. St. Johns County deputies are here in Aiken County hoping to search the car Murray was driving, which was actually the priest's car, and hopefully they can find some clues. Back to you, Laura.